It's difficult to compare the two newest OLED televisions from Samsung and LG, well, because
they've outscored anything else we've ever had.
So what makes OLEDs so great anyhow?
Compared to like Panasonic's ZT60, which was our previous 10, both OLED TVs get darker. They also get brighter. They are just as accurate in traditional color production, and they also produce a wider color space.
Basically, your whites are whiter, your brights are brighter, and your blacks are blacker. So how do you compare the two best televisions we've ever seen?
It's kind of like, I don't know, comparing like a steak and like a delicious salmon dinner or something. You're like, oh, which one do I feel like?
But compare we did, and while they're both amazing, we managed to find a few differences between the two.
Samsung's does a little more in terms of color, just because there were a few places where the LG couldn't quite rein in its extra color enough to meet the Rec 709 color standard for HDTV, and the Samsung just kind of hit it without any trouble.
Well, Samsung had more accurate colors. The LG OLED snagged bragging rights of its own.
LG actually handles motion a little bit better than Samsung. Samsung had a little blurring during panning scenes and stuff, but Samsung's gets a lot brighter. And LG's is still plenty bright, but it's just not as bright.
But what's with the funky curve?
Testing has shown that the curve doesn't really do that much for them, but I think from a distance, it's like, wow, this is crazy. This isn't just TV anymore, it's curved. Like, so I think they would have, once one was curved, I think they'll all be curved for a while.
In the end, Samsung won out with higher overall testing scores, but it really comes down to personal preference. Either set will change how you view your media.
It makes content that I've watched 1,000 times like look more interesting, and I notice things that I didn't notice before, the way the director's using light, or you know, some sort of subtle detail on someone's clothing or something, and it just, everything is, it's easier to see, and it looks better.